Hi everyone, I hope you're all doing well. Hope you're getting in some reading during these last few weeks of summer. The book I'm going to review today is The Many Lives of Mama Love by Lara Hardin. I'll read you the back and I'll give you my thoughts. No one expects the police to raid the $1 million home of the perfect cul-de-sac housewife, but soccer mom Lara Hardin has been hiding a shady secret. She is funding her heroin addiction by stealing her neighbor's credit cards. Lara is convicted of 32 felonies and becomes inmate S32179. She finds that jail is a class system with a power structure that is somewhere between an adolescent sleepover party and Lord of the Flies. Furniture is made from tampon boxes and Snickers bars are currency, but Lara quickly learns the rules and brings love and healing to the unloved woman in jail as she climbs the social ladder to become the shot caller, showing that jailhouse politics aren't that different from the PTA meetings she used to attend. When she's released, she reinvents herself as a ghostwriter. Now she's legally co-opting other people's identities and getting to meet Oprah and meditate with the Dalai Lama. But the shadow of her past follows her. Shame is poison worse than heroin, and even harder to quit. Lara must learn how to forgive herself and others, navigate life as a felon on probation, prove to herself that she is more good than bad, and much more. I gave this a 4.75 out of 5. I really loved it. There were some aspects that I wish she would have explained a little more deeply, but maybe because of time constraints or whatever. She is actually also an editor, so she can edit her own work at the same time. It's really good. And as Oprah says on the blurb on the back of this paperback copy, once you start reading, be prepared because you won't want to stop. It's very true. I should note that in this paperback copy, there is an extra chapter that brings some closure to some of the stories in the main story in the first 22 chapters. And I would highly recommend getting the paperback copy if you can find it. Usually you can find it. Most retailers will now probably have the paperback copy. It came out in February. So I highly recommend that you get the paperback copy versus the hardcover. For one thing, it's a little less. Secondly, you do get the extra chapter. And thirdly, you can probably then pass it on to somebody a little more easily and not lose the slipcover. It's always my big thing with hardbacks is the slipcover. I do not like slipcovers. Anyways, that's beside the point. I would highly recommend you getting a copy. Most retailers now will have the trade paperback, and it will be a little less expensive. And it is a little trick, but I should say if you're going through the library, you likely will get a hardcover. But you may get a paperback, and you may be able to request a paper. Maybe, here's what, if you're a library user, go and request the book, but request that you have a trade paperback copy, if they have them in their system. If they have them in their system, then I would highly recommend asking for a specific trade paperback copy. Because you can do that. I have asked for other books to be in a paperback rather than a hardback, simply because it works better for me for whatever reason. I do not know why, it just does. Anyways, I really liked her story, and I had read an earlier one that I reviewed on here called The Sun Doesn't Shine by Anthony Ray Hinton, and it was co-authored by her. It says mention best-selling co-author. of The Sun Does Shine, which is also an excellent, really good read about prison life, about a man who is innocent and on death row for a crime he actually did not commit. She, in other words, did commit these crimes, but not to the extent that she says it required to be convicted of 32 felonies, which she has since been, I guess, exonerated on at major cost, I should say, at a major cost. Like it's that is one of the things she talks about a lot about in this book, is how the prison system really does not delineate between those who are felons and those who are ex-felons. You know, there's like, you get out and there's like this hammer against you. Like, you're supposed to get a job, but where do you get a job? Because, exactly, like, you can't, certain times you can't handle certain things, whether you're on probation. And it was interesting how probation was initially used. Probation was initially used so that you could just pay the fine and go on your merry way, you know, and not have to deal with jail time, especially for minor crimes. But we have, or in our system, we have made it so adversarial for those who have been convicted of these crimes, and are on probation, and make it really prohibitive of them getting rehabilitated. And I think the system needs to be doing a better job of making sure that people are rehabilitated, but also that they don't carry their baggage with them for too long, and that, you know, depending on their crime, that they can just move on from that, and not have it be with them for the rest of their lives. I don't think it should be. That's just my thought. Anyways, it's a really good book. It's a really good look at how someone really got, how she got herself from being, she is an ex-con, she would say, but, you know, she's picked herself up by her bootstraps, so to speak, and made the use of every opportunity available to her. And she's done really well for herself in the, I believe, 15 years since she got out. It's been about 15 plus years since she got out. And she, you know, she's made a life for herself and her boys. And she has a good relationship with them, apparently. And she has, yeah, it's a really good book, and I highly recommend it. You could probably read it in a day or two. It is, like Oprah says, it is unputdownable. You really do want to see her doing the best, and she does. And she does get herself healed, and it's really good. Anyways, that was The Many Lives of Mama Love by Lara Love Hardin, and yes, I highly recommend this book. Talk to you soon. Bye for now.